But the fact is, this place has to change. It has to change. And the change comes by either adopting rules and procedures that will make us actually do our job, or it comes from leadership.
The longest ever stalemate over the speaker's post. And here's a trivia question you'll be able to answer. It's likely to come up in the next few days. Way back in 1855, on the verge of the Civil War, it took 133 ballots over 2 months to elect a guy named Nathaniel Banks of Massachusetts as the new House Speaker.
Ooh, what's going on, everyone? It's Talks with Kenny and McCarthy. Did McCarthy become Speaker of the House?
Nope.
Damn, that's crazy. Who would have thought? Hey, maybe there's some people in the Republican Party that actually does want change. My thoughts is, look, I only started getting into politics around 2015. So if you ask me anything past that, I mean, I have some knowledge, obviously. It's just like general topics. But if you ask me like news, like who was House Leader in 2015, I can't even like remember. I'm assuming it's Pelosi for some reason, but that's because that's the Obama administration. But I forgot Obama lost both the houses around his second term. So forget everything I just said. But let's get into this article. Bring down the House. McCarthy falters in quest to become Speaker of the House. I'm pretty excited. Why are you excited, Kenny? Well, I always talk about how I think I'm part of the new right. I don't know who coined this term. I think it was Charlie Kirk, actually, right? Because this is the most diverse that the Republican Party has ever been, in my opinion. Maybe it was in other times, but based on my recent memory, this is the most diverse that I've ever seen the Republican Party in opinions, in thoughts, in, I guess, representation, if that matters to some lefty out there. And you can't hold on to these like people like me doing the same old thing, right? Einstein said it best. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. I'm not going to press a button. So you have McConnell. McConnell already won, right? And I heard Josh Hawley speak out against it and say, hey, we need new leadership. They cost us the race because there were some good candidates that we lost, Blake Masters, Kerry Lake, that could have done better if they had more help. Because look, the margins were slim when they lost. And then you expect this guy here. Oh, you can't see my mouse. But you expect this guy here to, oh my God, I'm going to change. See, this is about what I've been talking about to people, or this is why I talk to the people. This is why a part of me don't want to be in politics, because politics is all about compromise to getting a greater goal done. So you can't be ideologically driven and be a successful politician. It ain't going. It doesn't make sense. It won't make any sense if you do that, because that's the whole reason you're a politician. That's why I see everyone going at Marjorie Taylor Greene, and I understand. But this is why I say politicians aren't my leaders. I see myself as the leader of the politician before a politician is a leader of me. So when I see this, I'm like, hey, look, I don't want Kevin McCarthy being Speaker of the House. Now, if he can somehow justify it to me, I might believe it. But I've been rambling too long. Hopefully you guys don't find this boring. But let's get into the article and then I give you some of my thoughts because I need more information. Multiple votes for House Speaker ended with no winner Tuesday, leaving the House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy latest attempt to take the gavel in doubt as night fell in the nation's capital. An effort to break the stalemate after the House adjourned until noon Wednesday, McCarthy reportedly started making calls ahead of an expected House GOP conference meeting in the morning. We stay in until we win. Who's we, McCarthy? McCarthy told reporters while the third and final vote of the day was underway, the numbers will change eventually. He took that L. The numbers will change eventually, he added before stating to CNN, I know the path. Okay. And one thing a lot of people are saying about McCarthy too is he comes across very entitled. I don't know. Let me know if you guys agree in the comment section. I want to know, because in the day, I'm educating myself on topics right now, like what is it? Identity politics. Like I'm educating myself more on the abstract theories of like ideologies that drive policies. This is actually politics. So if you guys got something to tell me, hey, let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I'm really interested to hear. Voters will continue to have for however many days it'll take until a speaker is elected. We'll vote. Wow. House members cannot be sworn in, holding up any legislation, business, and committee assignment in the 118th Congress. And I hear a lot of people say this is a good thing. One of the reasons is that they can't do more damage if none of them can do anything. So there's like people almost are like happy about this. Like the libertarians that I know, they're happy about this, right? I watched Tim Pool yesterday, and I forgot his name. Luke was happy about that. He was like, "Oh, I might clip it in here if I can find the video. If not, I'll just keep talking."
I actually have a tweet from ALX on Twitter, and you might be referencing it in this article too, from The Hill. But he said basically, like what Marjorie Taylor Greene may have done is, I want to vote for McCarthy because he's going to put me ahead of a committee. But Gates is like, I don't want to be part of a puppet committee.
Well, he said you can't drain the swamp if you appoint an alligator into a position of power, which was a pretty big statement.
Gates said that?
Yeah.
Bravo.
And personally, government gridlock is a part of my love language. So seeing what's happening right now is pretty cool. It's pretty awesome, and it shows you that the Republicans aren't just the foot soldiers, aren't just obeying every single order, and they're willing to stand up for larger ideas and principles. There was allegedly negotiations between a lot of the dissenting individuals and McCarthy. McCarthy allegedly, this is what we're hearing from Lauren Boebert and other people, didn't concede to any of these larger demands. MTG, very interestingly, is coming out and saying, hey, these guys are asking things personally for themselves. I'm not even getting anything from all of this. So it's interesting to see all this debate. Personally, I hope there's no speaker. I hope there's no Congress. I hope there's just deadlock. I hope they're just arguing and fighting each other all the time so they leave us alone. That's my personal dream.
Luke was happy. He's like, yo, the best thing that can happen is the government can do nothing. Like we can't drain the swamp if we elect the alligator. That was funny. I laughed at that one. That was funny. Though McCarthy remains defiant in his quest to replace Nancy Pelosi as Speaker, one of the most high-profile backers, former President Donald Trump, refused to say during a Tuesday evening interview whether he will support McCarthy's faltering bid. The turmoil follows McCarthy's ill-fated 2015 run for Speaker, which ended with Rep. Paul Ryan ascending to the role after McCarthy dropped out upon being rejected by a group of hardline conservatives. Oh, that's what happened in 2015. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Okay. The threshold for a nominee to win in a speaker's gavel is 218 votes, but that number could decrease if members vote present, declining to vote, or are absent. After a weaker than expected 2022 midterm elections, House Republicans have little wiggle room with 222 seat majority in this new concession of Congress. Over the past few days, McCarthy offered concessions to woo conservatives, including making it easier to remove the sitting Speaker of the House. That sounds good. Despite his overturns, 9 House Republicans signed an open letter Monday opposing McCarthy's bid, saying specific commitments were unfulfilled. Specific. Now, this is the Daily Wire. I know they're never Trumpers. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Daily Wire just yet. I mean, I'm a subscriber to them. I like their content. I like what they're doing. You can disagree. Like, you can still like what someone's doing and disagree with what their opinion. I don't expect to like a purity test. Like, oh, these people have to agree exactly how I agree. No, that don't make sense to me. On Tuesday, Democrats vote on a block to support Rep. Hakeem Jeffries. Oh, he's a New York. What's up with these people electing Speaker of the Houses from these big major city states like New York, California? Like, what about the other states? I don't understand. With 212 votes for Speaker, while McCarthy only earned as many as 203. 19 Republicans hold out in the first 2 rounds were joined by Rep. Brian Donalds. Sorry, I misspelled his name. Brian Donalds, from Republican from Florida, during the 3rd vote. And then here's his tweet. He says, the reality is Kevin McCarthy does not have the votes. I commit my support to him publicly and for 2 votes of the House floor. 218 is the number, and currently no one's there. Our conference needs to recess and huddle and find someone or work out the next steps. And that was my thing when this whole thing was going on, because I have great news. Me and my wife are expecting a second baby, so I wasn't able to really shoot videos. So I was on the road or something, and I was hearing this on the 3rd vote, like when Matt Gaetz was giving his speech about why Jim Jordan should be Speaker of the House. So I heard all that on my way to the doctor's appointment, and I was like, hey, why is this happening? And then I hear context. People are saying that some people in the House caucus made a proposition to McCarthy, and they claim, now look, this is he said, she said out here. I don't know nothing. They say that, hey, they got a package, and McCarthy just dismissed them. He was like, nah, like enthusiastically. Like he said, oh no, y'all guys got no leverage here. You guys can't tell me nothing. I guess he learned the hard way. I guess he learned the hard way. So, because to me, as House leader, you can't sit here and make demands when you only have a slim majority. It makes no sense. To me, I would try to at least compromise, like at least negotiate with the House Caucus, the House Freedom Caucus. I would have told them, okay, I can't do that, but let's work something out. But if it goes exactly as they said, that he just dismissed them, he got what he was looking for. Like, you can't sit here and be entitled to a position when people have some doubts about you. Especially you've been running a party for 14 years, and then now you expect people to just be like, oh, the new bloods in the party to be like, oh, gung-ho surprise to you. And this is what the squad was supposed to do in the Democratic Party. This is one of the reasons why I always advocate to vote for Republicans. I always tell people, hey, vote for Republican. Why? Vote for Republican. I say, yo, you can change the Republican Party, the Democrat Party. You got to fall in line or else. You saw AOC. Look back. AOC, the squad, they had an opportunity to do the exact same thing that the American First candidates are doing right now. Did they do it? No, but they went in public, oh, I disagree. And then when it's time to shut up or put up, they shut up. They folded. And then these progressives want to get mad when they don't get their policies, when their candidates don't win. I say, y'all not doing nothing. Y'all rewarding the same party because, oh, y'all want to give this fake sense of unity. The black community do the same thing too. We want to do a fake sense of unity when it's something that benefits the whole group. But then a minute when the stuff goes away, okay, we all doing our own thing. It's ridiculous. And I think basing your just following in line I don't know. And in my view, I have a bad bias against Democrat Party. I think they don't have any individual thought. I just think, hey, we're doing as we're told. Whatever leadership want us to do, we do it. This is why I said, like, this is why they can get anybody just by having D next to their name, because people are like, oh, I know that brand. It's like a franchise. Every Democrat believes this. So it don't matter what the individual is. That's the sense I get. While Republicans is more like they're judged on the individual. I know he's Republican, but is he like really Republican? Like, you got some people that are like, oh, I want a more religious candidate. Oh, I want a more policy-driven candidate. Like, people like. I just see in the conservative circles, we just demand a little bit more from our candidates. I don't know. And if they don't meet expectation, hey, they lose. And we see it right here, too. Sorry, I'm talking too long. After the first round, all GOP defectors have rallied behind Jim Jordan. Jordan, who is poised to become chairman of the most powerful House Oversight Committee so far, has supported McCarthy, even nominating McCarthy in the second ballot. Jim Jordan said there is no chance he will become speaker. And I don't know about this, because Jim Jordan seems very set to be House, or like he wants to be chairman. So I don't think you could be chairman and speaker of the House. So I understand why he doesn't want it. But I don't know, man. I just think, I don't know what I think. But in this situation, I don't know. I just don't want McCarthy. I don't know why. I just don't want McCarthy. Hey, if government shut down for 2 months, hey, so be it. No more money being sent to Ukraine if they're shut down for 2 months. I'm just saying. Hey, look, I look at the bright side of things, man. I look at the silver lining, okay? Sure, there's a lot of things that can get done, but there's a whole lot of ways the government can make our situation worse. Just saying. Biggs, a former chairman of the House Freedom Caucus, has presented himself as an alternative candidate to McCarthy, but mustered only 10 votes in the first round. Tuesday, before the holdout settled on Jordan, other names that has been floated as possible candidates include Louisiana Steve Scalise, the number 2 House Republican Patrick McHenry. What's up with these people like MC? There's a lot of like McConnell, McCarthy, McHenry. Like, what? There's a lot of that threw me off. Even newly retired Republican Fred Upton as a speaker does not have to be an elected member of the House. Ooh, doesn't have to be an elected member of the House. So we already know who hold out. Matt Gaetz. Bacon refers to me as the Taliban. Well, as hurtful and as false as that is, I too am prepared for an extended battle that I will ultimately win. Matt Gaetz looked pretty like 10 toes down on this. So I don't think who do I think they can get I think how many votes they need? He won with 203. So he needs about 15 votes out of the 20. So I don't know. Division within the Republican conference are boiling to anger, according to the rep Don Bacon, who called these members the Taliban 19, the Taliban 20, and claiming they have given nothing in return for concessions made by McCarthy. Aw, poor baby. So here's a tweet that came out recently. I'm shooting this a day after. It had 1 million views. This guy asks, "Who do you want Speaker of the House?" Right? And some people said Liz Cheney, and I'm like, wait, where's the button? Bruh. If Liz Cheney is Speaker of the House, bro, I'll be rolling. I'll record myself rolling on the floor. All right. And some people say Ron Paul again. Some people say Jim Jordan, but it's hard to vote for a guy that don't really want the position. But they always say that people who are the best leaders are those who don't want to be. George Washington as an example. So it seems like everyone wants Jim Jordan. President Trump would be a funny choice. But hey, what say you? What do you guys think? I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. I know I've just been giving my thoughts, rambling and stuff. But as someone who recently just got into politics 7 years ago, I want to hear your thoughts on certain paths that could happen. Is McCarthy the only choice? Or is it being impractical to demand someone else other than McCarthy? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching till the end. Peace.